What's up, everyone? Welcome to AMS2. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So, I joined this random lobby here. We are joining with a Carrera Cup. I just saw that it's pretty appealing, so let's get stuck in it. So we're in a qualifying session now. Got about like 10 minutes to go, and yeah, only 4 of us so far, but we are gonna see what we can do about this race. All right, getting stuck in now. This is the first lap, and we're going around Donington now. So around the first few corners, you know, the back is getting unstuck a little. Head into the right-hander, trying to make sure that I don't lose it on the way in. We've got a car on the left. We passed him safely there. Through to this right-hander here. Down to third gear. Tip the car in nicely. Run it out to the curb. And we have the double right-hander now. It's a little blind, but yeah, we can make it work. First place right in front of us. Will he let us through? No. So here I think I made a blunder because I thought this is like the standard Donington circuits. So my bad about that. So I was also like distracted by following the car right in front of me. So we're gonna cut the track and start this lap over again. Right, all the way to the left. I changed cameras, and big mistake because I lost it. 911 doing 911 things. So let's just start over again. Alright, so this is, we'll treat this pretty much like an out lap. Yeah, scruffy laps. Try to change the camera again, and just to make it much better, I can see everything. Yeah, but the car is very, very slippery. Can be frustrating at times, but it's pretty fun at the end of the day to skid the car around and almost lose the back end. Be at the limit of grip. That's what racing drivers love, so yeah, it's pretty enjoyable. Anyways, we are lining ourselves up for another lap, so let's get started with it. Through the chicane, almost losing it, but we're fine. Made it out, hitting the limit there into 4th gear. Now we're in 5th, getting ready to brake at the 100-meter board. Decent corner that we took there. You know, it could be better, but hey, I'm not complaining. We're flying through there. Down to 4th, and then down to 3rd at around 100 meters, I believe. 100 or 50 meters, it doesn't say, but I'm just assuming. Through the left-handed fast speed section, another left-hander, and now we're right-handed. Flying through there at about 125 kilometers per hour. Double right-hander now, down to 3rd, down to 2nd. Touched a bit of the curb. Car wants to spit me out, but we're still fine. Thank you very much. He gets out the way to make sure that our lap isn't corrupted. Through the chicane, down to 2nd. And what time is this gonna be? Not the fastest time, but I am pushing. What, 111, 112? We will see that after the session's done. But I kept going on because the car felt good to drive. Yeah, I wasn't really the quickest. I didn't feel like I was the quickest, but I was giving it my all, hitting the limiter there in 4th, down to 3rd gear. Run it over the curb. through the left-hander, trying to take as much of like the racing line and make it as straight as possible. Still trying to keep to the natural racing line. Okay, down to third. I didn't want to go back down to second, and it seemed like I made the right decision there. So keep pressing on, out to the left side, down to second gear, through the chicane we go. Nicely done, almost losing it there, almost losing the back end. Bit of opposite lock, and down the straight. 1.9, and yeah, I just set the fastest time for the time being, provisional pole. But we keep going. It's a nice first corner. I can't see the delta. I did turn off the UI, so I'm not too sure about my lap time delta, but let's see if this lap ends up feeling better. So far, to the naked eye, this looks a little faster. Left-hander cutting the curb there. Oh, but now I've got understeer, and I run it out close to the outside curb. How will I take this double right-hander now? Yeah. And the problem is the fleshy organic thing, you know, between the seat and the wheel. The problem is me outbraking myself, you know, thought I could fly through that corner with minimal braking effort, and that it's just a domino effect, really. You know, it goes on for the next corner. The confidence is just like messing with me. Just checked 109 for a brief second. Down to second. This first corner, this time not that great. And I understeered off. And yeah, just accept my fate. Take my L and try to come back stronger for the next lap. Alright, so you got about under 2 minutes now. So I think I can get one more lap in. Maybe one or two more laps. So let's do it. Down the straight. Into the chicane. Down to second gear. Yeah, the car, the braking performance in that one, it didn't feel great. Maybe the tires were off, I'm not too sure. I'm just switching around with my cameras and my UI. But let's see how this one goes. Down to second gear. Don't feel that confident, don't feel that fast. But let's see how we take the next sequence of corners. Flying through the high-speed section. I still keep it in fifth, and then I change down to fourth, down to third. Touch the curb a little bit. Run it to the outside. Through the high-speed left-hander, touch the curb. Another left-hander, through the right-hander. Run it all the way out to the curb. Down to second gear this time, because I just wasn't feeling that confident this time. Right through to the chicane. Heavy braking. Cut the corner as much as possible, and yeah, there we go. My lap time was invalidated. From the inside it didn't feel like I was cutting the corner, but the rules are the rules, so I go again. Yeah, this should be my final lap, so let's see where I end up. At this point I'm thinking I probably still am on pole. Down to second, well, down to third actually, not second. It felt like a huge hole, and I lost it. Spun. And that's how quick like things can go wrong. Lapse in concentration, maybe, I don't know. But I was in first for the time being, up by around a tenth or so. Less than a tenth, yeah, about a tenth. And yeah, maybe I was going fast, maybe it was slower, but we'll never know. So I actually ended up on pole. Decided that let me just edit a few things with my setup. So I just changed the fuel just to make the car as light as possible because it's only going to be 6 laps. Um, yeah, just did the fuel. Didn't really touch anything else. You can be free to tell me in the comments if it does help by having like less fuel on this game specifically. Because I don't really think I feel the difference. I could be wrong. Maybe I need to test by having like a full tank one day and seeing like my lap times compared to less fuel. But yeah, I just never felt like I had more performance with less fuel in this game, I'll say. In other games, yes, definitely it works. Alright, we're 45 seconds away from the start. 34 seconds, 33, 32. Let us get started with this. Ten seconds. Alright, here we go. Donington Carrera Cup race. Lights are out. Here we go. Decent start. I've got someone to the inside of my right, and luckily we managed just to get that start alright. And I could just see in the mirror there, I almost got knocked. Oh, it's a bit chaotic behind us, but we're still good. Down to third in the right-hander. Decent line. We are pulling a bit of a gap against Ferdagio and R. Martins. But that line I took did kind of put me at a disadvantage, but there's no worries. R. Martins now is right behind me and he is bearing down on me. I mean, look at the delta between us. It is decreasing ever so slightly, bit by bit. And these guys are cracked out. He's right behind me. He's on my tail. And I am driving for my life right now. Down the straight, I did kind of lose him on the chicane, but in the braking zones, he's just got so much more braking performance than me. And more confidence as well. Yeah, R. Martins is sticking with me. He is not playing games. He's not messing around at all. He wants to get me. He's out for blood. And he can smell first place. But doing my best. I'm hanging on as much as possible. I've just got a preference of chasing instead of leading, because leading I just have that moment where I lose my head. He starts flashing to try and distract me, but we head into the chicane and yeah, distraction works. I'll break myself and he takes advantage basically, and it's gonna be very difficult to come back from this because yeah, He was looking really fast, and I'm an idiot. It's a big mistake that I make. He takes advantage of it. So I'm trying now to just stick behind him for as much as possible, and then I just felt perhaps I had a distraction or dirty air, but I just lost it there for a moment because everything just went dead. You know, I felt like I hit a dead zone. So I'm just trying to recover and salvage as much of my race as possible by staying in second place. I threw the right-hander, another right-hander, into fifth gear. What speed are we gonna hit here? We are gonna hit 232 kilometers per hour. Pretty fast. And this straight, what speed are we gonna hit on this straight? Change it around 8.4 thousand revs. What was that? 220? I have to watch that back again. I think that was like 220 or 218 kilometers per hour. To the right, high speed left-hander. To the right-hander. Nice, not the tightest, but you know, gets the job done. Still hanging on to second place for Dagio. Is he catching us yet? No, he's losing time behind us, which is good. And he loses a huge amount of time, which means what? Probably spun or they crashed into each other. So it's just pretty much a two-horse race. Well, one horse, because I'm losing time behind being R. Martins. He does seem to pull away in corners, but on straights I can keep up with him. Yeah, I'm down 2.3, now it's 2.5, and in a braking zone it does seem to yo-yo a bit this time. But I'm not mad at it. It was honestly, it was just my mistake, and the car just went dead for a moment, and I couldn't follow. What was that? Dirty air, or maybe just distractions? I'm not sure, but I'm happy with second place especially in AMS2, because podiums for me, like whenever I play, podiums are very difficult to come by. I just struggle a lot of the times with podiums in AMS2. We're on the penultimate lap. Final lap is coming up about 3 seconds behind R. Martins. Down to second, through the chicane. Nice and smooth. The car dancing around the corners. Final lap, I try to like go outside just to try and open up the corner as much as possible. Try reel back some time in. To be fair, R. Martins has not, you know, galloped away. He's relatively within reach. You know, one spin and I could catch him with the low fuel warning, and we have a huge slide through that right-hander. But I was able to save it heroically, of course. With this right-hander, I had a huge amount of understeer. Double right-hander coming up, down to third, down to second. Into third gear. Yeah, the car is just fighting. Perhaps I was just losing performance from the tires and, you know, a bit of aerodynamic performance losses. But through the chicane we go. Final lap, hit the limiter, in second place. Hey man, I'm fine with that. Mad that I lost it at the beginning. Could have won this race, but keeping a lead is really difficult. You know, you can be out there looking at, you know, your Sebastian Vettels, your Lewis Hamiltons, your Max Verstappens, and thinking, oh well, you know, as long as you've got a rocket ship, it's easy to keep a lead. Yeah, but you know, there's the human components. You know, there's overthinking or not wanting to make mistakes, and you know, those kind of racing drivers, they're superhuman, but you know, they're still human beings, and it's still possible to make a mistake. And leading is only fun when it's the final lap after the final corner and you see the checkered flag. Other than that, yeah, it's really a nightmare, guys. It's really, really tough. But good race. I really enjoyed that one. On to the next one.